Hey, Facebook friends, how are you? My name is JJ, for those who may not know, midday host on 97.9 The Box. And also, I do a little segment on the CW39.
Love it.
Okay. Yes. Make sure y'all check me out on Newsfix. But today, we're not here to talk about any of that. I am releasing a book in October called Without Bruises, A Journey to Hope, Help, and Healing.
Absolutely.
And you have no idea how much this book means to me. It took me forever to
right?
Oh my gosh. It took me forever. Like, I'm not a writer, so you know, I had no idea what it took to actually write a book. But the book, it talks about my story of being in a relationship with someone who was emotionally and mentally abusive. And he was a sociopath, and you can only imagine some of the things that happened. A lot of things you probably see on a Lifetime movie. But I wanted so badly to share my story because I felt like it could help people to heal.
Absolutely.
And you know, the best way to grow and to learn about yourself is through other people being transparent, right? And telling their story.
Absolutely.
So today we have this gorgeous lady who is sitting next to me who is just amazing. She on tour with Kirk Franklin. Okay. All right. That says something right there. It makes me want to stomp. Right. Her name is Cheryl Thomas Fortune. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much, JJ.
I'm so glad for you being here today, and so grateful that you are here today, because today it is all about healing. It is all about, you know, letting people have a better understanding of some of the things that we've gone through that have helped us to become stronger.
Absolutely.
And powerful people.
Absolutely.
Healing is a serious
and they can
topic.
Overcome.
Yes,
they can overcome,
and you can overcome.
Absolutely.
Martin Luther King said it, and we saying it.
That's
again.
right.
So feel free to ask any questions on the comments there. Let us know if you would like to ask Cheryl or myself a question, and we would definitely make sure we answer those questions.
Please tune in,
Yes.
share. On here, we have few answers for you, right?
Yeah. Oh, I hope
try to help you.
We gonna try. Now look, we ain't experts,
right?
All right, but you know,
right.
I think you do learn a lot when people share their experiences.
Absolutely.
So, I know from being in an abusive relationship, you may or may not know Cheryl's was married to James Fortune, who came out publicly this year to admit to being abusive. And, you know, we've seen different news stories and, you know, articles all over that. And nobody knows what's true or what's not true. I'm glad that you're willing to just share a little bit today about your story, in hopes that people can say either, I'm going through the same thing right now, or I've been through that and I'm still trying to heal from it, and I'm not sure if I can do it, but I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
So I know from me being in this abusive relationship that we tend to overlook these blatant signs.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. They're just all over the place.
They're all
and
over
we're
the
like
place.
red flags.
And a lot of times from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, from the beginning there are so many red flags. But you know, as women, sometimes I believe because we are such loving and we wanna just try to hang in there, try to say, oh, it's gonna change.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we have to realize that it may not change.
Yeah.
You know, or it's not going to change. And we cannot be that change. That person has to have the desire to change.
Yeah.
So red flags everywhere. You know, for me, it was a lot of mental things, a lot of emotional things, and there were physical things early on.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Was it before you all got married, or was it after you all got married? Did you see signs before, like in the dating process? Mm-hmm. What is like a sign that you saw that you were like,
The temper. Yeah, the temper was a bit much.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, maybe this is just a certain thing that pushes a button. Maybe I shouldn't push this button anymore. I always tend to try and make an excuse for things, and it's not really a time to make excuse for things that, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of times we'll just try to say, okay, you know, again, it's gonna change. Oh, blah, 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 da, 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 da. This is gonna, and it doesn't.
Right.
And it gets worse and it gets worse. And not knowing that, because I was going along with not ever saying anything and keeping it moving, I was enabling it.
Oh.
I was enabling it.
And that's so good too, because we do that.
Right.
We almost give permission by not setting those boundaries, by not saying, you know what, this is unacceptable.
Absolutely.
We do that.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you saw the physical signs early on. Why not walk away? Why not walk away?
I felt stuck.
Like stuck out.
We had already started to do music and things like that, and so many things were, you know, coming forth out of it. And not to say that it was just always bad and it was just all, oh my, you know, but it was already so much starting to build, and it was just like, oh my gosh, how do I even maneuver myself out of this?
Yeah.
And I think mentally I just went into a stuck place as well.
Yeah.
You know, and felt that, okay, one day it's not going to always be this way. It's going to eventually change, and it's going to, and it didn't.
Yeah.
And as years went on and on and on, things were a little bit, you know, worse. Some years good, some years not so good. But, you know, that was, you know, why I tried to stick it out.
Yeah.
And two, I know one thing that sometimes we know what our mates suffer with, and one thing I knew was the abandonment. And I never wanted to be that person that abandoned him again in his life. You know, and so I tried. You know, I tried to stick it out and say, you know what, it's just gonna get better. You know, and I prayed, and I offered counseling and things like that. Tried it, you know, and it just.
Did you all do counseling together?
No.
No counseling?
No.
Wow.
No.
Do you feel like the counseling could have helped if you would have done counseling from the beginning?
I would have liked to believe so.
Yeah. Just identifying like what's going on here, to do these certain things, and you know, you may have made excuses for him, like, you know, oh well, you know, like you said, abandonment is almost saying it's an excuse. It's like saying, oh, I know what he's gone through, so you know.
Exactly. And always gonna, you know what, as long as I just keep loving him through this, or if I just keep doing this and doing that, or not pushing certain buttons, or not doing certain things, okay, it'll stop.
Oh yeah.
And it never did. You know, it really got to a point where it didn't matter what I was doing, it was always gonna, you know.
And it's a woman thing for us to try to save people too, because that's our big thing. I even talk about it in my book, you know, going through counseling with this person and saying, like, you know, when everyone said to me, walk away, like, you gotta leave, like, you gotta, I said, no, I gotta stay because he needs some help, and I gotta help him. Who else gonna help him if I don't help him?
Right. But, you know, that's one of the hardest things for us to do. It is. It's very, very hard. But we also have to realize if a person at that moment is not willing to make that change, you can't make that change. You
can't save somebody else.
You can't.
You can't do it.
And as hard as we can try to do that, and we can pray about it, and we can, you know, and not to say that prayer doesn't work, because prayer does work. Trust me, I'm a living witness. But sometimes it does take a person to kind of step away from it, and a person say, you know what, you know, this is something that you have to want to change for yourself. Not anybody else can change that. What
did friends and family say? Because I'm assuming that when you're going through this, you know, especially those close to you, they can see that something is not right in the beginning.
Some people could see. I kept quiet about it for an extremely long time. And
why didn't you feel comfortable telling your family?
I think it was more of a covering. I think it was more of a covering, and I could not allow what others see out forefront to see what's really going on behind closed doors. And you have this image that you're always trying to keep up. You're always trying to hold up, And I think that was one of the things. And then I was like, oh my goodness, what would this do to my children? If blah, 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 if we broke up and if this got da, 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 da. And to make a long story short, my kids had
They even said something to you like, Mom.
Yeah. And so, I was kind of really quiet when it came to things like that. I may have had a couple of friends that were a little bit aware who begged me to get out. And I was like, oh, but this is just not the right time.
Yeah.
I've got to wait, because I think something is going to turn around, And
do you feel like it?
Right.
Hey, and we've all been there before in relationships where we've stuck around longer than we needed to.
Right.
I mean, that happens, and I'm just curious. Like, I'm flashing back to my friends tapping on my shoulder, like, hey, is this bra right here?
Right.
Okay. And
Right.
telling your friends and telling your family. And I understand not wanting to say anything.
Right.
But when your kids came to you, right? And especially you have a son. We know we've some of us may have seen the articles about what happened with your son. I'm trying to picture you, sitting there when this incident happened.
Yeah.
And are you okay with talking about it?
No.
Okay. And I know this is a no pressure zone.
No pressure, right? No pressure zone.
But there was an incident that happened to your son too. So it's not even just you, but also other people involved.
Right.
I can imagine that makes the situation even worse to deal with.
Absolutely. And that was a very difficult time. Very rough time.
And family still, and that is something that was kind of public. So at this point, your family, whether you said anything or not, they can see what's going on.
Exactly. And that was a hard thing to deal with, very. And then losing my child. And I don't know that many really know that, but I lost my child due to it for years.
Wow.
And actually did not gain custody of my son again until his sophomore year in high school.
Oh my gosh.
And which I'm grateful, because at the time that he came into my life, just made things a whole lot better and building our relationship again. So grateful, grateful for that. That it did happen, that I did get
There's
him
that
back.
overcoming part we were talking about.
That I did get him back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So grateful for that. But yeah, it was a very rough time, and I'm just not gonna, speak too much on it, because I'm also sensitive to my children.
Absolutely. When you're in relationships where there's any type of abuse, emotional abuse or mental abuse, you will lose yourself.
Absolutely. Completely lose yourself.
Was there a moment where you said, like, yep, I'm gone? Like, where am I? Like, I can remember actually physically looking in the mirror
and not knowing,
knowing who the person is.
Absolutely.
Who is this right here?
Absolutely. And I had it gotten so bad. I got down to like 103 pounds.
Yeah.
Extremely sick. In and out of the hospital with stomach ulcers. From the stress, from just everything.
Yeah.
And looked at myself. You could just see the bone structure, and it was horrible. And I was like, oh my goodness, how did I allow myself to get to this place, to get to this point? And I never forget hearing that same year a message. Christine Kane, I'm not sure if you're familiar with her, but she preached this sermon. But make a long story short, she was talking about how long are you going to live with these dead frogs and depression and the abuse and the sickness and all this other kind of. And I said, oh my goodness. Recognizing, at that moment, OMG.
Yeah.
Look what I allowed myself to continue to live in.
Yes.
And losing my identity, even relationships with people that were meaningful, all because I was just out of it.
Yeah.
Numb.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Numb. Yeah.
It's real.
It's so real.
It is so real.
And people don't realize it until you've been in it.
Yeah.
Or if you've seen somebody or watched somebody go through those transitions. I mean, I hear people say now, oh my gosh, you look amazing. I'm like, well, dang.
What was I looking like this? What was I looking like this? Yes.
But it also brings joy to know that I came out of that.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We're going to talk about that. Because I could have died there.
Yes.
And
that's the thing. There are so many people, and that's why we're here today, because there are so many people who just feel like they don't have the strength to walk away.
Yeah.
And there are people who are there for a very long time. There are some people who are there for a short time.
Yeah.
But oh man, losing yourself. I too lost a lot of weight. I remember being at a friend of mine. She had a wedding, and I was so depressed, and my depression actually kicked in after the relationship, because like you said, when the smoke clears, when the smoke clears and you see what happened, and you are like, how did why didn't I listen? Why didn't I listen to anybody? Why would I allow somebody to treat me that way? And I beat myself up. Did you beat yourself up?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, how did I get to that point, and what was I doing?
Yeah, what was I doing?
About?
And it's so odd to, you look back at it and you can say, there's that guilt, right?
Absolutely.
There's that guilt. You blame yourself. I blamed me for so long. So going through that part was depressing, and that was after the relationship. That's after I said goodbye.
Exactly.
And it's really hard.
And never allow people to put that blame on you.
Oh gosh,
either.
no.
Because that was something that I was kind of dealing with too.
Yeah.
Was people putting the blame on me for me making the decisions that I had to make for me and my children.
Yeah.
And it was the same people who were telling me in the marriage, you need to get out. You need to get out. And then I got out, and it's like, well, why'd you and it's just like, oh my goodness, now you've ruined this image, and now you've ruined the brand, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, and that's one thing that I had to overcome too, was, you know what? No, I'm not to blame.
You're not to blame.
I am not to blame for this. And you can't allow other people to put the blame on you, and you can't put the blame on yourself.
Yeah. Oh no.
That's
you
can't
good.
do it. You
Stop
can't do that.
blaming.
Please stop blaming yourself. Please stop.
That is so true.
Yeah.
I know that coming out, or I know that being a Christian.
Yes.
Because we love Jesus.
Yes, we
by
do.
the way. Let's
Jesus,
pause
Jesus.
for a praise break.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. So being Christians.
Yes.
And knowing that we had this conversation with Yolanda, by the way, when she did our first series. We know how God looks at divorce, right? So we want to make it work.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
we know that marriage is serious business.
Absolutely.
It is supposed to be forever. When you walk down the aisle, I mean, it's some people take it lightly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like as Christians, understanding that when we come before God, we say to ourselves,
we made this vow.
We made a vow, and we say, and it's for real. So, how does it feel? Having that. It's almost like added pressure, right? Is it an added pressure where it's like, I feel like I have to make it work? So did you ever feel like this was a part of why I'm staying here too, is because of this idea that I'm not supposed to let
I did
my
for a
marriage
little
go?
while.
Yeah.
I did for a little while.
Yeah.
But then I also know that that's never how God intends for us to live.
He doesn't want to live that way. And that's exactly what we were talking about with Yolanda. She's like, girl.
Yeah, and you
not
try,
the life
and
he wants for
I think that when you know that you put your all
Yeah.
into something, and you have really tried, and you have not given up on it, and you pray. I mean, even this day when this last thing transpired, you know, people may have thought, oh, this was the first time. And a lot of people don't realize it's very hard for a person who has been in an abusive situation if it's just been one time and they got out. It's a consistent thing, or it's happened before.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was like the last straw.
Yeah. Yeah.
No more. And if it was as if God had given me his, okay.
Yeah, like
You
it's
know,
time to go.
It's time.
Yeah.
You know, and so I left with peace.
And peace is
I
what
left
we
with
need.
peace,
Yeah.
And not to say that, oh, I'm happy I'm getting it, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
it's not even about that. But you have to take care of yourself too.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
yeah.
you have to take care of yourself too. And so, yeah, it bothered me. You know,
Yeah.
it bothered me a little bit. You know, with I got to make this work, and you know, for that reason. But it's not how God intends for us to live either.
Oh,
It's
I
not.
can guarantee you
It's
of
not.
that.
It's not.
I'm glad that you kind of mentioned that too, of, you know, when you're letting go and having this peace.
Absolutely.
How do you create that peace? Like, how do you heal? Because this is a
Yeah.
long time. You know, you've been, how long
Yeah.
would you say you've dealt with abuse?
Oh, it's been about 13 plus years.
That's a long time. How do you move forward?
How do you move forward? Well, I will first of all say the first thing is you got to forgive.
Ooh, let me cross my leg.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me cross my leg so we can talk about forgiveness.
You got to forgive. Yeah, we could talk about forgiveness. And I know it's hard, and it's a thing that we sometimes just like, well, I'm not there yet. Let
Yeah.
me tell you something. The longer you keep saying, I'm not there yet,
Yeah.
the longer you're going to prolong what God is trying to do in your life.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that was a big thing for me. I was in that for so long. Why would I want to hold myself any longer?
Right.
I had to forgive.
Yeah.
You know,
so what
and
does
I had to
forgiveness
release-
look like? Because you know, I feel like people, you know, have this idea that forgiveness is like, oh man, let me come up to this person and say, you know what, I forgive you, and give them a hug, and then we go on merely as friends or
And
whatever.
I had forgiven before the apology was even received.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had already forgiven, and this was something that I had to talk to the Lord about. You
Yeah.
know, I've got to release this out of my system.
Yeah.
And I've got to release this part of my life, because you can't do what you need to do in my life while I'm
Yeah.
still holding on to this.
So when you say I forgive this person, what is it in your mind that looks like? Is that just saying my forgiveness is I understand that it's not really him that was doing this, that it was whatever?
Right, because I
or,
think anybody who deals with things like that, there's a root to it.
yeah.
And so it's not necessarily them, you know, I think it's just that when people don't deal with the root of their issues,
Oh gosh, yeah.
it's gonna just carry throughout the rest of their lives until they make the decision
Yeah.
to say, okay, you know what, I want to get the help that I need.
Right.
Let me tell you, forgiveness for me is even being okay. Gosh, and how can I? That's really good. Being okay with if they succeed.
Not wishing bad. Not,
Not
wishing,
wishing
any
any
bad.
evil.
Even
Not
though you
wishing
did me
any
bad.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna wish any bad.
And,
yeah.
and definitely not wishing them any bad, and that's just personal for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think for some people think, you know, hey, you know, they're still succeeding in that, da 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 da.
Yeah.
You know, but are you okay with them succeeding?
Yeah.
And when you get to that point of forgiveness, you're okay
Yeah.
with seeing that part, because you know what God is trying to do for me is not even tied to
Whew.
what it's not even tied
That's maturity right there.
to
Okay.
what they have.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's so good.
Because when you release it,
Yeah.
now you've released God to do whatever he needs to do with you.
Yeah.
It's not tied to the person.
Woo.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that's something I had to like really like,
yeah,
work on.
It's work. It is a process. It's a process.
It's not
because
easy.
look, I know just from and just being real in this conversation,
absolutely.
okay? But I know just from seeing other people who have been in abusive relationships with folks who are celebrities. And I know me, and it's just me and my attitude. I'm like, oh, you gonna drop an album, huh? Oh, you dropping an album.
Right. It was so funny. I was even at a church, and they were like, well, are you gonna be okay with us playing? Like, what?
It is kind of awkward though. It's like you walk into a church and they're like, oh, James.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And that's how you know that you're, because I wish him the very best.
Yeah.
Honestly, really, really do. And I think when you can do that, you just stepped over another hurdle.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's
that is
like
what
the
God
number one
wants
thing.
for us.
It is.
It is. And that's with everything.
Yeah.
And
and with you doing this and holding on to it and being
Yeah.
mad about this and being angry about this. And oh my gosh, I don't want him to do this and I don't want him to do that. And blah, you can't even do that.
Yeah. And it'll eat away
Yeah.
at you.
It will. It will eat away at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's so many other things to your life than that. You know?
Gosh, yeah.
Just because that one thing happened in your life or God has removed you from it, why even go back to it?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, let's sip on some water real quick.
I'm gonna choose a little Sprite. Sprite.
So, did you mentioned you did not do any therapy during the marriage? Did you do
Not
therapy
during the marriage.
afterwards?
After I did.
Black folks don't like therapy.
You're
You know
right.
that, right?
Because the entire marriage, I attempted to, and it was complete rejection every time, and so I had to, because I told myself I would not go into relapse.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And I did counseling for a few months. The great person. She was amazing.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where, of course, financially, I was just like,
It's a little expensive.
Yeah.
Now they got charge.
You get what you have. You get what you have.
Yeah.
But what I did was, my prayer, even coming out of this situation, was, God, I need you to surround me with the people that are going to be instrumental in my healing.
Yes.
And moving forward the next steps for me and my children.
Yeah.
That's what I need. Anybody else that has to be weeded out, please weed them out, because it's not what I need in this season of my life.
Yes.
And that beginning of that, that was crucial.
Yes.
Because and being that it was public, people coming from everywhere trying to get their 2 cents, trying to get,
and just get
and just exactly, and so that was one of my prayers. So even with me stopping counseling, God had already placed so many other people in my life.
That's good.
Accountability.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah. And that's something too. That people, you need accountability.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You need accountability,
You do.
and you need some people around you that are going to hold you up.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, "Hey, you're not giving up.
Yeah.
It's not the time to let go." And especially when God has brought you out of something and delivered you out of something, you need people around you that are going to help you stay on the right path.
Yeah.
So,
Friends.
Woo!
Friends.
Yeah.
I have some friends that I know are tuned in right now, and some of them are big fans of yours. Actually.
Really?
Shouts out to Janelle, because my friend Janelle, she lives in Indiana. She loves
Really?
Yes, she does.
Hey,
and so with Janelle and my several other friends of mine, I talk about in the book, because these were the girls who showed up at my house in the middle of the night just because their spirit wasn't right.
Right.
These are the girls that prayed for me and fasted for me, and I mean, I was so thankful and still very thankful that they did not give up on me, because they could have at some point, and I did lose some friends, but my main
Your
crew,
core.
yes,
Your core.
but you
Yeah,
know, the
listen.
ones that are like, I'm gonna stick in here, even
Listen.
though you are clowning right now. Like, I've been telling you about this guy, you need to leave him alone. I'm still sticking in here with you,
Right.
But
I have some friends like that too. I mean, friends. I mean, from years that said, "All right, you know, I love you."
Yeah.
You know, but when this was, you know, over and when this ended,
Yeah.
they were right there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to come in, and pray for me, encourage me, and let me say this: I have the most wonderful family
yeah,
in the world.
Yeah.
My parents live in Houston. All my family pretty much lives in Houston, except for one sibling that I have. But literally, prayer around the clock,
yeah,
or coming to my house. You know, even at that beginning stage, I'm not gonna let you stay by yourself. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna make sure that you're okay. I mean, so shout out to my family.
Yeah.
My family
Hey,
is everything, and my best friends.
yes, they
and my
too.
confidants.
Yes.
So
It makes a difference. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to see. We are gonna take some comments. I see a lot of people on here commenting. Hi Monica. Friends and family do make a difference.
Absolutely.
You need those people who have your back.
Yeah.
And gosh.
yeah, and I appreciate my family because now they didn't, you know, get on social media and blast and do. It's just none of that.
Yeah.
You know, it was, what can we do to help?
Yeah.
You know, what can we do to help you get through this, you and the kids? It was no blasting, no threats.
Yeah.
Even though it could have been, you know, so
Oh,
easily
yeah.
like, listen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful, you know, for
Yeah.
that, because like I said, God answered a prayer
Oh, yeah.
to keep me surrounded
Yeah.
with the right people
Yeah.
that I needed in my life. So
During therapy, what did you learn about yourself? Because we all, like, through any type of, you know, traumatic experience,
Right.
We
Absolutely.
learn something about us. What did you learn about you?
what I learned about myself, that I'm a good person.
Hey.
You know,
Yes.
I'm a good person in that I have a tendency to carry others' burdens, you know, on me, and that was something that I had to release,
Yeah.
and let go, and I had a hard time with that.
Yeah.
I had a hard
You
time
seem
with
like a true nurturer,
I
so
am.
you have that, and you're like, no, baby, I'm gonna take
am,
that.
yeah.
I have some other people who are just like that too.
Right.
Take on other people's burdens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because that was a struggle for me.
Yeah.
It was very hard to release that. Because I just felt like, no, I gotta, you know.
But what is that? Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know.
Are your parents like that too? Do you think?
My mother is very nurturing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. So
Yeah.
maybe a little bit from her.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Gotta take care of
So,
everybody.
Yeah. You know.
So you were able to let that go. So now that means you've created some type of boundaries,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So when people are coming up to you like, girl, I gotta tell you, oh my God, woe is me. And so now how do you respond?
How do I respond to that? If they say woe is me, I said, okay, you know, give me a brief explanation. You got 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
You got 5
5
seconds.
seconds.
And then we're going to get to the solution.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then we're going to get to, okay, what can I do, you know, to help you get through this?
Yeah.
You know, let's not sob it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm
Yeah.
not to say that you can't cry, because I feel like cry is a great release.
Yes.
I did it for a while.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
such a great release.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should ever stop, you know,
Yeah.
oh, Cheryl said that. No.
Yeah.
It's okay to have that release, but don't stay there.
Yeah, don't stay
You
there.
know,
Because
don't
people
stay there.
can
Yeah.
wrap themselves up in a pity
Yeah.
blanket.
And if you recognize things, and I know it's hard to say and it's hard to do, if you recognize things, address it.
Yeah.
And I think that was a huge mistake, was that I was always so afraid to address it. And you gotta address
You
it.
were afraid.
Oh yeah.
But were you afraid because of what he would do? Okay. So if you went back,
Yeah.
let's say we went back to the first moment that you saw something wasn't right and you were able to respond differently, what would you have said?
I'm out.
Deuces! And then. All right. That was easy. See how easy that was? Oh Oh my gosh.
I mean, I can't honestly say what I would say.
Yeah.
You know, it's so easy to say I'm out, right?
I know.
And the crazy thing about it was before, you know, I got into this relationship. Before, I was just a no tolerance. That's what the crazy thing is.
See, that's what I mean.
was such a no tolerance.
Yes.
Like, no, okay, all right, bye. You know, but going through, I don't know. It was just.
But see, I feel like that shows you how people can manipulate you.
Absolutely.
And I mean, like, it's really serious because, and which is why I felt like it was so important to talk about the mental and emotional abuse that leads up to this physical abuse, because you have to be able to see these certain things. And, you know, women, we do have our intuition, and we don't want to go with our guts when we feel it. Like, we feel it.
And we know.
And we know. And I don't know what it is that we feel like, no, I'm just going to stick around and see if it happens again. And then after that time, nah, he didn't mean it this time. Let me try one more time.
It just
keeps going
and going and going until you look up. And it's all of these years later. You know, and you look up and you have completely lost yourself. You know, and that's. It's hard.
It is hard. I do want to talk a little bit about some of those signs as we talk about, you know, the mental and emotional abuse. Ladies and men, for that matter, you know, need to understand what some of these things look like. For example, like controlling.
Right?
So in your relationship, you know, was there ever a time where you felt like he was very controlling or kept you from your friends?
Absolutely. I couldn't do lunch dates or, you know, not even with girlfriends or it was just like, well, why do you have to go today? Why would you choose this day? You know, and the thing of it is, it would be mentioned like a week ago. That's just me, you know. And so, and it's not to bash or anything that, but just an example.
But I think people need to see that and understand, like, we, like you said before, you know, we make excuses and we say, like, in my case, I talk about how he wouldn't let me see my friends, but he would always, I just want you to be home. And even though he wasn't even going to be home, I just want you to be here because when I get back, I want to see your face. And I was so all that, oh girl, he just wants to see my face. He want me to be here when he get back. And I mean, just totally goes right over my head. I had no idea.
Absolutely.
And looking back at it, I can say, oh crap.
Absolutely.
Oh crap. He didn't want me to be with any of my friends. He wanted me to.
And that control thing is real.
It's real.
Yeah, it's real, and can get really out of hand too. You know. So that's definitely one.
Controlling.
Controlling is definitely one.
Belittling.
I was just getting ready to say, listen, and demeaning people. Oh, absolutely.
God.
Yeah.
What were some things that were said to you that you were like, looking back at it?
Woo! Like, you really want to?
I sat there and listened to that.
Oh yeah, and I've been a sorry, da 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 da.
Yeah. I've been ugly. I've been, you know, I've had this guy tell me about how to wear my makeup.
You know, that was, you know, always one of the things, how to present yourself. You need to make sure that you're presented in the right way, you know, because you represent me. You represent me, you know, and I get it, and trust me.
But there's a limit to that.
Exactly.
There's a limit.
You know, there is, and there's a line. And, you know, and it's almost kind of like, well, wait a minute. You know? Really? You know, so you kind of, you know, and
that's
fine.
Let's just stop right here. And she fine. So listen, but it makes you feel like it makes you question yourself.
It does, yeah. And even dealing with cheating, you know, that's another form of, you know, and that was a big thing.
Oh gosh, yeah. Have you ever been told that it was your fault though? It was, but it's you. I wouldn't be cheating. If it wasn't for.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Several times.
And it's like,
and it makes you, and the thing of it is, it makes you start to question yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like, dang, am I really good enough?
Yes.
So maybe I should change this. Or, you know, for me, okay, well, you know, telling my best friend, you know, who does my hair, I'm like, okay, well, I think this week I need you to change my hair, make it a little longer.
Gosh,
and you know, and it made me start double
Yeah.
checking every single thing
Yeah.
that I was doing, and not out of I want to look good for my husband, out of fear. Because if
Yes.
I don't
oh gosh,
do this, this is what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Or this is what I'm going to have to deal with, or blase, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's, you know, that's, it's, yeah.
These
It's
are
a
just
tough
a
one.
few.
Just a few things.
Just a few
And
things.
if any of you guys on here have other things that you would like to contribute, you know, other forms, please do.
Okay.
You know, as well.
I do have some questions that some people had asked.
Because there are a lot of aspects, you know.
Oh, gosh.
Of it, you know, a lot of aspects.
You know what? There's even on our last Without Bruises series, part 2, we talked to Josie Pickens, who is with ebony.com, and she was talking about financial abuse. And it's something that you rarely hear about, but financial abuse is, you know, I basically control the money. You feel like, you know, I have control over you because I control the money, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Show's like, yeah, it's all in there. So there's so many different.
It's so many different, yeah. And when you recognize it, don't ignore it.
Yeah.
Don't
ignore it.
ignore it.
And it's like you have to go with that first
I'm
moment.
telling you.
If anybody tells you that
Yeah.
you aren't good enough, period.
Absolutely.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it right there. That was the message. You might as well tell him, don't even, or her.
Yeah.
Don't even,
Right.
you don't even
Right.
have to finish the rest of your sentence.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna get up and walk away.
Yeah.
And we feel like,
And the thing of it is, it's a betterment for them.
oh yeah,
No.
yeah,
It is, you know?
oh yes,
So that they can pick up and realize and say, oh, wait a minute, you know, yeah,
Oh,
maybe
my
I do need to step back and evaluate this
Yes.
and look at this and what I'm doing, you
Yeah.
know. So sometimes we have to do that for them too.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna learn
Yeah.
today.
Today.
Okay. Today. We did have someone ask a question about dating again. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure right now it might not be something that is. I don't know.
But listen, let me say this. Eventually, I hope so. Because
Yeah.
I love love.
Yes,
I do.
Yes, me too.
And I have hope again.
Yes, good. And that's good to be in that place
I have
because you
hope
know
again.
you don't ever want to come out of a relationship, especially one that is as traumatic as that, and
Right,
feel
absolutely.
like ain't nobody good. There ain't no good men out there. Something wrong with everybody. Well, something might be wrong with everybody, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, not everyone is that person. So
Exactly.
don't feel that way.
Right.
And I know. And so if I could just give a little bit of advice, you know, don't feel like that next
Right.
person is going to
It's
be
going
that.
to be that. And that's one thing. It's crazy because I posted about this the other day, that I was grateful that I didn't allow this to taint my perspective on love again.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that's
and it
good.
didn't.
That's so good.
And let me tell you why. And I think it was because I took the time to love on me,
yeah.
let God love on me,
Yes.
you know, let God really speak to me about who I am.
Yeah.
And becoming confident in that all over again.
Yeah.
And whoever the next person is going to be, God is going to send the right person
Oh, yeah.
for me, whoever it is.
And we gonna
If
know
it
it.
is. Right.
We gonna know this time. We gonna
If
pay
it is,
attention, and we gonna
and
know.
if not, I
Yeah.
still believe in love,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
still love love. But most of all, I've learned to love me.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's an important thing coming out of this. Don't immediately get into another relationship without being healed.
Oh gosh.
You know, and I'm watching people do that. You come out of these situations and you immediately start dating somebody else.
Oh yeah.
And you making it public and you
Oh
making
yeah.
it this. And
I'm
you
with
doing
a
that.
new. I got a
Right,
new
I got
man.
a new boo. I got a new boo.
He cute and he
I
treats
have a
me
new
right. And then
boo.
yeah.
And the thing of it is you do that and the cycle is just repeating
Yeah,
itself.
it does.
Because you've not taken the time to heal.
Yeah. Healing
You've
takes
not,
time.
It does.
Healing takes time.
It is not an overnight process.
It's
It's
not.
not a 6-month process. It's
Yeah.
not a 1 year. You know,
Yeah.
it takes
It takes
time.
time.
And it takes work.
Oh gosh.
It takes work. you
Yeah.
know. Every day.
I was after the relationship and going through depression. My dad had told me, he's like, I want you to go see somebody.
Wow.
And I said, I said, I'm JJ on the radio. Okay.
I don't need to sing that.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm not gonna sing
Absolutely.
nobody. My dad. He's maybe you go to like a support group.
Right. Number one wrong.
Okay.
Right?
You want me to be in a group of
Right,
people
right.
who know that, Daddy, I'm JJ on the radio. He like, listen, I don't care who you are. You are Jillian Simmons.
Right.
Okay. And you need some help.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh my God. My dad said I need some help.
Mm-hmm.
So I start going to therapy. Right. Talk about healing. I was in therapy for 3 years, consistently for 3 years, every 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
3 years.
Yeah.
Because it was that deep of my mind, like my mind was totally going. Like
Right.
we need to learn more about me. I found so much. So I wanna send a message. This is our PSA about therapy to people because like I said, in our community, there are a lot of people who don't like to go to therapy.
Absolutely.
Nobody wants to sit on someone's couch.
Yeah.
We sit
And
on the
discuss
couch right
your
now.
issues.
This
Right.
is almost like therapy. It could be just like this, actually. It actually could. Depending on who is your therapist, it could be just like this.
Right, it could.
But I think it's important for people to get rid of this fear of what they think
Absolutely.
it is. And in our community, being real about it, in our community, we've been told, especially with being Christians, you don't need to be telling everybody your
especially in the
business.
church. Absolutely.
Okay?
Right.
Keep that to yourself. What happens in the house stays in the house.
Stays in the house. Yeah.
And but it's so like I wish that people could see it like it's like going to the doctor for you broke your neck or
Right.
something.
Exactly. It's a very intricate part of you.
It's your brain.
I'm
Your
telling
brain
you,
is
it
what makes everything run, right?
Absolutely.
So if your brain ain't right, then you need to get some help.
And,
just
and,
like you
and
would get anything
people
help.
don't take that serious. I'm telling you, people mental health is serious.
It is. It is.
And not being stable in your mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
So when people always talk about, why did a person stay? Why did she stay? I can't believe. Like on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And now that I've gone through it, I can say, it's a mental
It is.
problem. Like
It
that
is.
person isn't themselves anymore.
Yeah.
So I get it. I don't
absolutely.
even. It's like you can't even judge people anymore.
You can't.
You cannot judge people
and let me
anymore.
tell you, so many people, I've watched, things come in and out of, social media and how people just say, oh, you're just stupid, and I'm just like, no.
Mm-mm.
Until you've been in my shoes, then you have the right to say something.
Right.
You not
Right.
walk this walk,
Yep.
there's not a thing that you can say.
But I'm glad you mentioned that too. Because
Yeah.
so many people do.
So many
feel like-
people do that,
Yeah.
they do.
They have no idea.
No.
And that's why we have to do video sessions like this.
Yes.
So that y'all can be prepared for if that were to happen.
Yeah.
You know what? I remember Cheryl Thomas Fortune was
Yeah.
on Facebook
Yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah.
This is real.
Yeah.
Did we have any questions? No? Oh, people were
Really?
just lots of comments. That's good. They're like, y'all answering all the questions. Okay. Well, I think we did. We talked about everything. I do have a couple of more questions that I would like to ask. What do you tell your kids, like moving forward? What do you say?
We've already had this discussion, actually, me and my children, and I had to ask them if they were okay. And one of my children, and this may hurt a little bit, hurt others too, but one of my children made a statement to me and said that they were happy, that I had finally made the decision.
That's good. Because they love their mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not even to, because this particular night they were in the room when things, did transpire. So I was, we've been through a lot, but that was something I had to kind of talk to them. How are y'all going to be, with us moving forward in this? And they're in counseling.
Yeah.
Which I think is important for them
absolutely.
too. If you are, let me just say this really quick. If you have children involved, don't just be always so worried about your own healing too. Your children have to heal too. Your children have to heal too. Take them along with you on this healing process, and give kids credit, because they know a whole lot more than we think they know.
And they pick up on things. They don't have to see it. They can feel it. Yeah.
One of them was happy, and to see that this, mommy's okay. And the peace that lies there, and having the discussion with them as to, I have to start something new to show you how it's supposed to be done. And I can't just tell them. I've got to lead by example, and I've got to live it out. Because I don't want my son to grow up with that. Neither one of my sons, I don't want them to grow up with that. And my girls, I don't want them to grow up with that. And so this was necessary.
That's important too. That's so important, because we have a lot of, we see the vicious cycle happen with families where, the kids are seeing the abuse, and then they're acting it out in their own relationships as they get older. So that therapy
is key.
It is key.
It's key. It's so key. Don't be ashamed of it. I promise it's not an embarrassing thing. It is something that, even at the beginning, if it is uncomfortable, later on you are going to look back and you're going to be happy that you made the decision to do that. But moving forward with my kids, I just lead by example.
Is it awkward? Is it at all? I'm not asking just because I feel like
there's a peace.
There's a peace. Okay, good.
There's a peace in my home.
Good.
There's a peace in my home.
Good.
And that's how I know everything's okay, because I can go to sleep at night.
Hey, sleep like a baby now.
All right. At night,
you deserve that.
And I talk with my children. Talk with your children. I talk with my children on a daily.
They gotta
and I leave that open, for them if they have issues that they want to talk about. Because we're healing through this thing together. We're getting through this thing together. We're moving forward through this thing together.
That's good. I like that.
Changing old habits,
When you were, obviously you were on tour with him, and you're singing, you got the whole everybody else with y'all too. How was that dynamic when you had to walk away from that? So like your work family, I guess, how does that look?
When I had to walk away from fire? It was a little hard at the beginning, because of course I was the business person and wrote some of the, a lot of the music and
that's my
traveling.
Song. Don't say my song no more. Don't say my song. Oh wait, I forgave him. Okay, you can sing the song.
I was joking. So it's okay. I got percentage.
I'm gonna get my money.
I'm just joking. But because we wrote a lot of the music together, and so it was a little hard because it was the fast-paced life of traveling and doing this, and I've got to book this and I've got to book that. And that was one thing that was a little bit hard for me, was no longer being busy.
Oh yeah, because then you got to sit with your thoughts. Yep. Yeah. Keep them busy. Gosh, I know. I remember that.
So it was a little rough, but it was okay after that, because that was.
Do you still communicate with the other folks?
Only a couple of them.
Okay.
Only a couple of them.
Always curious about that. Like how work relationship, like when you're working with your spouse, it's gotta be.
It's a little different,
But you're on tour with Kirk Franklin now, so she is on tour with Kirk. Okay. How did that come about? Like, because it seems like it was great timing. Like
it was like such amazing timing. And let me say this: I went back to corporate, and I was so frustrated because I gotta work, gotta pay the bills, my kids gotta eat.
They do.
And so I'm not tripping. I'm a workaholic. I'm a hustler, baby, right? I just want you to know. So I did that, and this particular day, and I will never forget. I had woke up this morning. I was praying. I was like, God, this is not what you want me to do, and I just need you to open up some doors somewhere so that I can operate in these gifts that you've given me.
Yes.
And got to work, and it was just so heavy on me. I was like, gosh, gosh, here I go. I'm thanking God for the job.
Yeah.
But it was just heavy because I was working with a lot of us. And, it was just kind of hard because the situation was public, and then having to walk into an office and deal with that every day, put a smile on your face, and, but I was like, okay, whatever it is, what it is, I'm doing what I have to do. And that evening, got a message and said, hey, would you like to go on tour?
That's awesome.
And absolutely. So
look how God works.
And he worked in 24 hours. Less than 24
hours. Yeah, you heard me. He really does.
Less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
So, trust God.
Yeah.
Trust God.
One thing I can say now after all of this time is how grateful I was for the experience.
Absolutely.
And it could be kind of crazy for you to hear somebody say, I am grateful for the experience.
Yeah.
Because I'm so much stronger. I feel like
I
feel like we're about to break into a song.
Yeah, we are.
Because I'm stronger. Like,
wiser. So much better.
So much better. I am so serious. But it's like I'm a new person.
Yeah.
And I found another part of God that I did not know about.
Right? Listen, I'm telling, and this thing has brought me so much more closer.
Yeah.
To the Lord,
yes.
And that's, let me tell you something. If you don't know Jesus, you need to get to know Jesus. You need to get to know him ASAP. Saving grace, you hear me? That's another element of how I was able to make it.
Yeah. Oh gosh,
and retraining my thoughts and saying, God, transform my mind.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
The day after that. The day after that.
Yes.
Because it's work. You can't do it without him.
You cannot.
You can't do it without him.
You cannot. That's so good.
You can't do it without him.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And it's like, and to be in this place now where we can share our testimonies.
I never imagined myself being in this place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are here.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. And so many other people are saying you can never imagine yourself in a free place.
Yes, but you can.
It's possible.
It is.
It's so possible.
I think this is a good opportunity as we wrap up for anyone who is watching right now who is in an abusive relationship or looking for the right words to say to someone who is in an abusive relationship. Let's throw out some affirmations. You want me to start?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
You are worthy.
Mm-hmm. You are loved.
You are beautiful.
You are a conqueror.
You are God's child.
You are amazing.
You are fabulous. You deserve
so much more.
So much more.
So much more.
And it's available to you. And you just got to really believe it in your heart that you deserve so much more.
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for spending
Absolutely
all your time. We've been talking.
No, it's fine. Today. And I'm gonna say this one last thing because a friend of mine shared this with me. Even if you have gone on this journey or going through this journey, when you come out, know that you didn't go through it just to go through it.
No.
Nothing is wasted.
Nothing. And
take that with you. I want to thank the person that poured that into me. Nothing is wasted.
Nothing.
Nothing is wasted.
Nope.
All for a greater purpose, all for a better you.
Yeah.
All for a stronger you so that you can in turn help somebody else.
Yeah. Now we about to cry. And this is where we cry. We had our tissues ready this whole time and now it's coming. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for being a part of our Without Bruises series.
Yes.
We love you. Give us a big hug. Thank you for your courage and your amazing spirit. And Without Bruises, my book is coming out in October. Oh my gosh. I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
And I'm going to tell you when the next Without Bruises, our very last series, is coming up at the end of next month. And I'll give you that information. Make sure you follow at Without Bruises. Where can people follow you?
At I Am Simply Cheryl. That's on Instagram and on Twitter.
Yes.
And on Facebook, you can just find me as Cheryl Fortune.
Hey. All right, guys. See you.
Bye.
Be good. Have a good night.